emergency meeting regarding the sale of Gower's Corner property, the 41 acres. We need to go through, well, let's do roll call.
Cox here.
Evans here.
Abbott here.
Are you good on the recording? Okay, I'm good. Executive Director Rogers present.
Okay. And Laura, the attorney, is here with us also. So, could you bring up those?
Public comment.
Could you bring up those photos, you would, please? And do we have any public comments on the meeting? Okay. Thank you. Okay, Laura, the floor is yours. Go ahead.
Okay, so on Friday afternoon, I got a phone call from the district because the seller, or the buyers, sorry, I'm still recovering. The buyers went out on the property mid to late last week to do their final inspection. And they learned that they heard this really loud, like buzzing noise. And what they learned was that there is a dirt bike racetrack that has been built across the street, and it's very loud apparently. And so they were looking at, they requested basically the executive director to sign an amendment to give a 30-day extension on the inspection period under the purchase and sale agreement. Today is the end of the 90-day inspection period, and if the buyer doesn't terminate the agreement, he loses $77,000. So they asked for an amendment. I said, the executive director does not have the authority to sign one, but because we don't want to lose this deal, we could have an emergency meeting on Monday. Luckily, you guys were already meeting, and we could move forward that way. And so we noticed this meeting. I sent, on Friday, I sent you guys the video and the picture. What's interesting is it looks like this racetrack has gone on to Pinellas County's property, which is, I think, probably part of their wall field. I looked at the amendment that was sent. We did, because this was an emergency meeting, and I mean, this literally was all happening 7 o'clock. I think my first call was at, 3:30 or 4 on Friday. We did post the amendment online, so no one was questioning that the district was trying to sneak something through. This really is a request by the buyers, and in fact, I got an email on Friday that basically said with the non-refundable sum, they need time to learn the risk associated with this racetrack, and that they are the ones asking for this amendment. And this is not district driven. This was requested. I will say, I looked this weekend, and it looks like as a conditional use, that property could have an auto racetrack on it. It does not say motorcycle or mobile. Automobile is different than a bike, motorbike, but it could be a conditional use. I will say, just because of the sensitivity related to the campus, I did let Representative Magritt's office know on Friday what was happening. And had a not very pleasant phone call this morning, my opinion, just because we're friends. And I think no matter what we do, it's not going to be good. And so I know, my understanding is they are going to cancel the purchase and sale agreement if we do not give them 30 days so that they can do their due diligence. Potentially all this is doing is delaying them canceling the agreement in 30 days. So the board can approve the amendment, get 30 days, and it gets canceled in 30 days. Or if the board doesn't approve the amendment and it gets canceled today. So
Well,
that's kind of where we're at.
why do you say canceled in 30 days?
So if we give them a 30-day extension for the inspection period in 30 days, they still don't want to, they don't like what they found, they could potentially cancel the purchase and sale agreement.
No, I understand
And
that, but.
not lose any money.
But both parties will have that time to evaluate the situation and determine if conditional use could or could not be approved.
Yeah, I mean, that is true, but even if it's determined it could be, it's really the buyer's choice. This is that 90-day period, the buyer can walk away, well, now it would be an extra 30 days, could walk away with anything. You know, they did ask me if we didn't approve it, could they come back in January and just, ask to enter into another contract with the board, and I'm like, well, that would be a board decision. I don't know if they try to come back for a lower amount, if there's a racetrack there. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know
I understand what you're saying. So they wouldn't be doing if the intention is not to check it out and move forward on the contract, not to cancel it. But they do have that right to cancel if we sign the extension for that additional 30 days. Okay.
Well, I mean, they're either gonna cancel it today or.
30 days.
Or potentially. I mean, it's a potentially, we don't know. I mean,
Right.
I highly doubt that. Laura, have we had any opportunity to determine whether or not anything's been filed with the county or anything of that nature?
I have not. I looked Saturday at the zoning not even the zoning, just like the land use classification. And then I looked at the county's development code. They have not started their process. I know they're gonna be going through that process to determine whether or not it's legally there or not, or if it could be there. Like I said, I looked, an automobile track is allowed there, but an automobile is different than dirt bikes.
So I did visit the property Saturday afternoon. It was very pleasant, very quiet. Beautiful parcel, as you can see it from the picture up there. It does not appear, and this is just observation at this point, to be public because there is no parking, and it's next to an industrial warehouse that does have parking. I contacted code enforcement, and they have stated that, well, first of all, it is C2 zoning. I don't think that it abuts Pinellas County well fields, even though one of the maps shows that. But
I mean,
I went back to some of
that shows that it's onto Pinellas County's property.
Right, but whose map are you looking at?
That's something that Laura sent us.
Yeah, that's Google Maps, so that's not accurate. It's not accurate when it comes to parcel IDs. But I went to the edge of it and pulled up some different mapping software, and the county does have it on record now on their satellite images. There has been no applications or filing with the county at this point in time. There's also a strong noise ordinance in Pasco County that certainly, I think if that was measured the day that video was shot, you know, it would not comply with that noise ordinance whatsoever. So, you know, obviously, I mean, we can't figure all this thing out in a few minutes, so, you know,
No. Well, I
I'm
think
under
that we
the
need
intent
to.
that we extend
Me too.
and both parties work on this, to, you know, certainly they're the ones that's going to make the ultimate decision, but we certainly, I think, can help with the ropes as to how to get, you know,
Yeah.
how to determine that hopefully it's not something that can have conditional use.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I agree, we just extend it and, contact code enforcement and,
They were contacted, so there's a case open now.
so it was already
Yeah,
done.
open a case up.
Okay, well, then, you
Yeah,
know.
this to me looks like, I mean, they've cleared trees, they've done a lot of work to put this thing in here, so I'm very curious, is it, you know, someone just kinda encroaching on, they know that it's Pinellas County property and they're just kinda, well, they're not here and we're gonna do it, or?
Yeah, I don't think it's on Pinellas County property. It's right, abuts it.
Mm-hmm.
That's our sign, just to show you, go through those pictures again, and let me just show you geographically what we're talking about here. Okay, so that's the edge of the track. You can see it was freshly graded here in the last few days, it looks like. Since that other video was shot, it looks like. And go to the next one. And then you can see in the distance, that would be Pinellas County well fields, where you see that cypress head off in the distance. Go to the next one. That's so good. You know, until you get up there, I don't know what the wetlands classification are. That would be an important point that they look at on the edge of the abutted property, well, their property too. And then on to the next one. Yeah, there's another one. Okay, right there. So that's actually our sign. That's the no trespassing sign that we have posted on our property, the Mosquito property. And basically, if you go about 300 feet north of that sign on the opposite side of the road is where the track starts, just to give you an idea of where it is. And then the next one shows in a distance looking north, that's, you know, our for sale sign, or Berkshire's for sale sign there. But when I went over to the edge of the border of the property, it looks like it comes right, their track comes right to the edge of the Pinellas County owned property, wellfield property. Again, we'll have to dig deeper into that, and code enforcement's already jumped on the project this morning, and they're talking to zoning right now.
Okay. Well, I will move to approve the First Amendment to the agreement for sale and purchase of the property.
Second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Move to adjourn.
All in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, Laura.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.